hustle, heart, humble. 3 words that you can attribute to Emily Miccile. An ultimate leader and teammate to all, Miccile has been a staple of the Adelphi Panther basketball team on and off the court.
I think Emily Miccile is someone that stands out because she's someone that doesn't need to be in the limelight. She's someone that's willing to do whatever it takes for however long to get the win for the team. And she's been silent in her role. In high school, she was silent, even though they won a state championship. She was guarding the best offensive player night in and night out. She was the leading rebounder night in and night out. She was always diving on the floor for loose balls night in and night out. And she's brought that to Adelphi. She's someone that does not want a lot of attention. And that's what I love about her. She's humble, she's hungry, and it's just her heart that radiates the way she plays. People want to be around her. She's very, very likable, and she is about the team.
It's really nice to, be able to peel back the layers, joke around with her, have fun. Like, we have a great time on and off the court, and it's just so nice to be able to have this experience to be brought together, because she's from Massachusetts, I'm from Long Island, so, for her to come here and just everything happens for a reason, so I'll have her a lifelong friend.
Emily is someone who cares about others, puts them first, but also she's gotten so confident in herself in the last 4 years, which is really nice to see.
She has that, that it factor. She's got, the intangibles, the stuff that really doesn't go in the box score sometimes. And I think that's what I have the advantage of seeing from working so closely with her is, as you look at her from the outside, you see stats, you see numbers, you see points and rebounds, but she's got an innate awareness that you don't find with most people, especially most people her age. So I think for me, the most impressive, aspect about her is, that IQ, that emotional IQ and really a rare quality.
What many don't know about this we over me player is something that she's lived with since birth, and something that she didn't learn until one practice her sophomore year.
Yeah, that was a scary day for us, the day that she went down at practice. We were in a postseason workout, and at the time we were coming off of a subpar season. We certainly wanted to improve on our weaknesses, and we had probably had a harder practice than usual. As normal, Emily went all out, always leaving on empty, and we were finishing up with free throws. And she was at a side basket doing free throws. She had come over after to get some water. I was with another group at the time, and she fainted, and she fell down. And in that moment, my heart just dropped. Everyone came running over to check on her, and luckily she was conscious, and we were able to get a trainer there, and then we started what would be a long road to recovery. And she attacked it like she's attacked everything in her life. Resilient, humble, and hardworking. And that's the beauty of Emily Miccile.
Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome is a very rare condition in which an extra electrical pathway in the heart causes a rapid heart rate. While symptoms were present when Miccile was younger, it took until that one scary moment on the court in Garden City to lead to her diagnosis.
It's called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, and basically what happens is my heart would start beating, and it would start beating really fast, and then it wouldn't stop. And it's actually funny because I had noticed it when I was younger. I remember once I jumped down the stairs in my garage, and my heart started beating really fast, and I told my mom, and she was like, "Oh, so next time you go to the doctor, tell him." And he was like, "Oh, you were probably just excited," and he kind of brushed it off. And then it happened again. I was laying on the couch with my mom, and she felt it. She could feel it, and she told the doctor, and they were just it was probably nothing. And then so they never checked it out until I actually had to go to a cardiologist, and they noticed right away.
Surgery was the result, but her teammates and coaches knew she would approach this newfound condition the same way she plays basketball: fearless.
I had never had anything wrong with me. I think the most severe thing I had was a high ankle sprain. I had never had any issues. So to have to work through something that's really serious, it wasn't just about basketball, that's your heart. It's something really severe and something that you have to monitor. So yeah, it was really just, I don't know, a crazy experience.
Yeah, so actually 2 days after she got this surgery, I went up to see her and where she lives in Massachusetts. And I went in with a few other teammates at the time, and we expected her to be on bed rest, an IV in her arm, and she just wasn't. She was in the back playing ladder ball with her sister. And from that point, I think we knew she wasn't gonna let this affect her.
You would not be able to know that she had this condition if you were to see her off the street and watch one of our practices. I don't even know if the freshmen know about it, because she is just so to herself about it, and she doesn't care about that. She gives into the team, and she cares more about how she could help us than helping herself.
Any player-coach relationship is special, but the connection between Miccile and head coach Missy Traversi is unique. Both grew up in the same area of Massachusetts. They attended the same high school, Bishop Vian, and Traversi has been coaching Miccile since middle school. She was one of the first players for Traversi's AAU program, MT Elite, and coached her all the way through high school. The minute Traversi was hired as Adelphi's head coach, she knew who would be that first call on her list.
She does it all, on and off the court. So she's an ideal fit for the kind of program I run and the kind of athletes I want to have. But I don't know if you're going to find a lot of Emily Micciles. I think we got the right one and the best one.
Miccile refused to let any limitations stop her from helping others. Just 1 week after surgery, she ran in the 7.1-mile Falmouth Road Race to support her Adelphi Team Impact teammate Bianca and so many others.
Yeah, so I had trained right after my surgery. I started training as soon as my doctors allowed it. I hadn't made the decision right after to start running the race. I was first just seeing how I was feeling. But once the race takes place in the town that I have a house in, and so I had always wanted to do it, and I felt like there was kind of no better time than after I'd just gone through something and finding out that I did have a heart condition. But at that point I didn't want it to be about me, which is why I raised the money for Team Impact, because I think about Bianca and how much her family gave to our program and how much we learned from them. I felt like it was important for me to give back, even though I had been through something. I wasn't letting that stop me from working.
I mean, it didn't surprise me. Like I said, Emily's a giver, and she didn't let this condition stop her from going to do this road race. But it's not even about the road race, it's about Team Impact. And she really was just raising money for a good cause. We have Bianca was our Team Impact player, so I know they really appreciated it. But again, that just goes to show you the character of Em, and no matter what she's going through, she will always go to help others.
For Emily to say, okay, I know this is a risk. I'm not a great runner. I'm certainly not a long distance runner. I'm still going to do this. And there's a lot of doubt that can seep in. And with Emily in the past, that's what's won sometimes. And I think she tackled it. I think this was an example of her saying, no, I got this. I can overcome this. The doctors support me. I have coaches and teammates and family that are here for me. I can do this. And that was a level of maturity in just owning her stage that I hadn't seen in a very long time. So I think it was a turning corner for her as an athlete and as an individual, because ever since that moment, I have seen a more confident Emily Miccile.
Even playing with this condition, Miccile's game played an integral part of Adelphi's 2019-20 NE10 Southwest Division regular season title. Now in her fourth year on campus, it is evident what she means to this program, her teammates, and her friends.
With many new faces to our program, Emily has taken the reins of taking people under her wing, showing them how it's done, and not just, going about her development, but really putting time and effort into the development of others.
In basketball, she's never oh, I have to sit out because I have a heart condition. No, she's the first one running up and down the floor. It just says that she's just so selfless, and she really is just gonna put everyone else before her. And at times that's good, but sometimes she's put herself first. And I think that her team and people she surrounds herself with do a great job of that.
Yeah, she leads from example. I think from freshman year, it was actually kind of funny how we were both kind of very quiet. And now, you know, stepping into that leadership role as co-captains, we have to be more of a voice. But Emily is always led by example. She's the hardest worker. She will sacrifice her body, taking charges, diving on loose balls, getting the rebounds. But also that she's a really good person on and off the court, which is also leading by example.
I don't know if I have words for that with Emily. How proud. I'm proud every single day I get to coach her and see her in the gym. And she is a role model. She is all that is right with college athletics, in my opinion. She's someone that has worked for everything she's received. She's someone that is grateful for the experience, and she's someone that wants to leave this place better than when she arrived. And for me, that's just the pinnacle of being a college athlete. She's a giver. She's not a taker. And she certainly has left her mark in my heart and in this program for a very, very long time.